Well, you want to jump right in?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
Let's do it. How are you? We haven't talked. We have talked casually this week, and we keep sort of missing each other. So how you doing?
Not bad. I think I had a better day than you did, but everyone's week seems to be a little bit funky this week.
Yeah. To explain to listeners who may have been waiting for a show for the last more than a week, I was traveling with my wife last week. We planned a vacation more than a year ago and finally got to spend a week together after she recently spent a month with no days off at all. So,
Oh, fantastic.
so we took a week to leave the country and visited beautiful Mexico and hung out in South Florida for a while. Like, we had a lot of fun. So
That's cool.
yeah, that was great. I got back and she got to hang out for like 1.5 days, and then she and her mom went to visit family in Tennessee. So she's gone till tomorrow. I've been alone with my son for several days, and that has been no problem whatsoever. Everything was fine until my house stabbed me in the foot today.
Yeah.
we were we have a lot of stupid games that are all my idea. I when he wants certain stuff, I'll grab it and take off running, and he'll run and chase me, and we'll just run through the house screaming, and it's a lot of fun. Like, it's great bonding. But I shuffle my feet when I run, and I was coming back through the kitchen to go around the counter, and he's following right behind me, and I'm just sort of sliding across the floor very gracefully, and suddenly I feel like I've been stabbed. And that was exactly the case. A shard of our hardwood floor had sort of popped up on the end, and my foot came in at exactly that angle, and that thing dug into the front of my foot. The shard broke, so it broke free of its plank, and it went through the ball of my foot and sort of reemerged like an inch into my foot where I could see it under the surface, but there was nothing sticking out, like by a long shot. It wasn't even close. So I sort of freaked out, called my wife. I'm like, hey, I just want you on the phone. I'm losing blood right now. I've got this. Well, I had to explain it like I have a splinter, but that really doesn't tell the tale. So I said, yeah, I have a splinter, but it's this giant shard of woods in my foot. And she's like, I wish I was there because, she's done surgery on people. This is not a problem for her. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, I've got to get this thing out or go to the hospital or something. Like, it's bleeding a bunch and I'm in pain and I'm sweating and I'm shaking and stuff, and this nightmare. My son has no idea what's going on. He's just running around playing, just trying to swat at me to get me to play and stuff. So I had to get out a knife, and the closest thing nearby that I thought was sharp enough was part of one of those like 8-in-1 utility tool things that has all the different like eight
Wait a
shitty
minute.
tools,
Wait a minute. Did you say thing I thought was sharp enough?
Yes.
Okay, you thought was sharp enough. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's part of the fun, yeah. So this little 8-in-1 pocket tool thing has a knife on it, and I thought it's also got a couple other things that may come in handy if I decide to just, try to jam a Phillips screwdriver in there or whatever. I pull the blade out, and I'm like, okay, I just need to, like, I can see this thing under the skin. I just need to cut straight down in there. And that's not really working. This thing's not that sharp after all. And I'm in the kitchen, but, like, this is still the best chance I have. So turned out I just pretty much had to grab my foot, just sort of stick the thing straight in and just like pull on it until the skin started to cut open. I had to cut my foot open almost the entire distance it traveled. So I could pull that skin back, get tweezers and yank on this thing. And that took about 15 minutes of cutting. So it's basically a Civil War movie in my kitchen at this point. And I finally get deep enough to sort of pull this skin back. I'm looking at it. I'm squeamish. Like, I can't deal with this. This is terrible. But I'm worried I'm going to pass out if I don't do something.
Oh, yeah.
So I get in there and start working on it with the tweezers, and the tweezers are slipping because there's so much blood. And I had to cut more and move up to pliers. I pulled the damn thing out with pliers, and so my
Yikes.
yeah, my foot doesn't feel great. I walked around and picked up the pieces of the thing and took pictures of it. It's horrifying. Like, the whole thing is terrible.
It was pretty gnarly looking, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that was my day. How was your day?